Warped Blacksmith Challenge number 2! Tongs! Wait a minute. Something's not right. Welcome to Warped Legacy. So, I recently went down to Ohio to the Sofa Quad State, and when I was there, I ran into Roy from Christ-Centered Ironworks. And while I was with him, we did this.
You're recording? I am recording.
Power hammer is on.
Power hammer is on.
That's going to get its own video. But what we were doing there was making these. These are the start to tongs. Now, Roy does them backwards compared to most people. He likes to make... Whoa! He likes to make the reins first, and then do the jaw and the hinge afterwards. So, we started on his power hammer to make these tongs, and we got this stretched out, and then we didn't really have time to finish them. So, we didn't. So I'm going to finish these later, and the stuff with Roy is going to be its own video, and this is going to be another video later on. But this is the Warped Blacksmith Challenge, so there are other people who made tongs. Those others that made tongs are Christopher Lang, Travis Lloyd, Rusty Pearson, and Paul's Garage and Forge. Well, he made something.
For some strange reason, this challenge is to make a pair of thongs.
Yeah. Christopher Lang made a pair of tongs that were just twisted on the end. So instead of forging out everything on the end, he forged out the shape with flat bar and then just twisted the jaw to the side. It seems like a very quick, simple method to get a working pair of tongs. Travis Lloyd made a pair of hammer tongs, and I plan on making a pair of them at some point. I just haven't gotten around to it. And it's not going to be these ones just because that's not what we were making with these. He used a spring, something that I am very used to working with. Looked like he had fun making it, and looked like the tongs would hold a hammer. He kind of forgot to record the second half of making the tong. But he did 2 videos, and in the second video he does show the finished pair of tongs. So he didn't completely forget about us. Rusty Pearson made a pair of tongs that were more in the traditional method of making tongs.
We are back for another Rusty production. We are going to try and make some tongs. Something that's just going to be a little bit better than, these pliers.
In the end, they looked pretty good, and they held the stock you wanted them to hold. So, I'd say success. Now, Paul, I don't know if he can't read. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he just likes to throw an H into words.
For some strange reason, this challenge is to make a pair of thongs.
Yep, his entry is definitely warped, and I love it. I'm not going to say much more. Just go watch his video. Yeah, it's awesome. Now, so far, Paul's the only one that's actually given us a warped entry into this challenge. So, I'm thinking some people might be overthinking this warped thing. I'm going to simplify it just a little bit. Whatever the object we are making in the blacksmith portion of the challenge, that is essentially the theme for the warped portion of the challenge. It can be that done in a different way. It can be something based off that. It can be that tool being used for something that it's not supposed to be used for. It can be something that sounds kind of like that tool. It can be anything based on whatever the main tool in the blacksmith portion of the challenge is. So, I'm going to give you a very simple example of a warped pair of tongs. Okay, well, I lied. That was 4 tongs, so that was 2 pair of tongs. So, your warped entry could be as simple as that. And the warped entries are actually my favorite. So get out there and have some fun with it. Now, I haven't been doing this with most of the challenges, and even moving forward, I probably won't be. But I want to announce what the next challenge is. I want this one to have a lot of entries, because it could be very, very fun, whether you're actually making it for real or whether you're just doing the warped entry. The October challenge is an apocalypse weapon. Now, I had someone ask, what type of apocalypse are we talking about? Are we talking a zombie apocalypse? Are we talking, oh, what was it? I'm gonna read it exactly. Is this a zombie apocalypse, or a Mad Max type apocalypse, or some sort of hell's opening up in my high school style apocalypse? And my answer was yes. Originally, this idea came up because The Walking Dead is coming back at the end of October, and we kind of wanted to do something around that. But I wanted to open it up to more than just zombie apocalypse. Any apocalypse that you can think of would be appropriate for, well, I don't know if this challenge is really appropriate. We're making a murder weapon, basically. Take that as you will. So, by the end of October, I want to see lots of apocalypse weapons. And if you want to get in on the Facebook group where all these challenges are happening, the link will be in the description. If you would like to enter this YouTube challenge, make sure you make a YouTube video. And in the description of your video, put hashtag warpedpocalypse. Have fun. I can't wait till next month. That's all I got for today. Thank you for visiting Warped Legacy. If you like this video, hit that like button and let me know in the comments. And if you haven't done it yet, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you can get notifications every time I upload a video. And if you like what we're doing here at Warped Legacy, head on over to our Patreon page and show us some support there. All the support I've already got on Patreon is extremely appreciated. Thank you to my current patrons and welcome anyone else who would like to join. Well, that's all I got today. Until next time, I'm Twan. Go define your legacy.